Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Gaura Gaura, Gaura Hare, Jai Sachinandana, 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 Gaura Hare. Jai Sachinandana, Gaura Hare. Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandaram, Padita Pavana Nityanandaram. Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandaram, Padita Pavana Nityanandaram. Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandaram, Padita Pavana Nityanandaram. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Masubhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Masubhadra. Jaya Jagannath Swami, Jaya Jagannath, Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Gora Hare, Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Gora Hare. Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Nitai Goranga, Gora Hare. Gora, Gora, Gora Hare. Satchidananda Gora Hare. Gora, Gora, Gora Hare. Satchidananda Gora Gora, Gora Hare. Satchidananda Gora Hare. Nityanandara, Varika Pavan, Nityanandara, Nityanandara, Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandara, Varika Pavan, Nityanandara. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Matsubhadra. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jaya Matsubhadra. Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Jagannatha Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami, Baba Tume. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, 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 Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jaya Satchinandana Gaura Hare, Jaya Satchinandana Gaura Hare, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Patita Pavana Nityananda Ram, Patita Pavana Nityananda Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Goranga, Gora Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can put a little bit more louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gauranga, 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 Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare, Nitai Gauranga, Gaura Hare. Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Jaya Sachinandana, Gaura Hare, Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandaram, Nityanandaram, Jaya Nityanandaram, Aditya Pavana Nityanandaram, Aditya Pavana Nityanandaram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath Swami, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Jagannath Swami, Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Baba Tumhe, Nayana Patagami Baba Tumhe, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swami Guru Deva Jaya Murali Krishna Swami Guru Deva Guru Deva Jai Guru Deva Jaya Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Jaya Guru Deva Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gora Hari Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nam Sai Kirtan Jagya Ki Jai, Jai.
Ki Gora Premanande Gora Premanande Gora Premanande Hare Krishna. Very enthusiastic kirtan. I was trying to sleep and then I couldn't, which is probably not a bad thing. How's everyone feeling tonight?
Hari Bol!
Are you feeling anything? Can you feel anything? Can you feel the threefold miseries of life? Oh. So, what is our topic tonight? What would you like to discuss? Any particular thing? Welcome, gentlemen. How are you? How are you? Any particular topics? Or should we continue our discussion from last night?
Yes.
Are you opposed? Om Jnana Tamaranda Shadhanjana Shalakaya Chaksham Milakanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi
Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I have a question for you. Are you ready? Now I'm asking the question. So, who does Krishna as Guru, who does he instruct? Who will Krishna, as a Guru, who will he instruct? Who is he instructing? Who is Krishna instructing? Who can answer that question? Yes? About stool? Eating stool? Sincere and serious about what? Everybody's sincere and serious. No matter what is your desire, Krishna is giving you intelligence and faith to be sincere and serious to pursue your desires. Everybody's sincere and serious, whether materially or whether spiritually, isn't it? Someone who's pursuing the material life. I read recently one billionaire. He was telling a story how he had just enough money to buy cat food. And he was just so poor that he was eating cat food. Can you believe it? Do you know what is cat food? In India, do they have cat food? Now they have. Advancement of modern civilization. Before the sincere and serious. So sincerity, seriousness, that's not the problem. Everybody has it more or less. Everyone's ready to surrender, perform sacrifice, work hard day and night. Yeah?
Is it one who is materially exhausted?
He was so exhausted he could barely say that. He's like, who's materially exhausted? He's getting there. He's getting there. Are you materially exhausted?
Getting there.
Getting there? So I found a nice quote of the day. Srila Govinda Swami was discussing on the that we've been discussing last couple of days, and it really brings a nice point. So we can read that and further our discussion. Srila Govinda Maharaj was speaking on Srimad Bhagavatam 8:1911, Bhubaneswar, October 24, 1992. That means I was there. October 1992 in Bhubaneswar. So I was fortunate enough to get that class. And in that class, Srila Govinda Maharaj Gurudev said that eternal pleasure, happiness, enjoyment, and relationship we can only have with Krishna. Eternal pleasure, happiness, enjoyment, and relationship we can only have with Krishna, a perfect, eternal, loving relationship. Therefore, Krishna is the only object of love. Therefore, devotees do not establish material relationships. Devotees, those who want to be devotees, do not establish temporary bodily material relationships. But conditioned souls who do, develop these bodily material relationships, temporary bodily material relationships, those conditioned souls who do with wife, husband, children, friends, they get only suffering and unlimited misery, being afflicted again and again by these threefold miseries: Adhyatmika, Adhibodhika, and Adidaivaka. That is their reward. That is what you get. So as long as we are cultivating, desiring, attached to bodily, temporary bodily material relationships, because of that attachment, desire, one remains conditioned soul, bodily concept of life, and they are simply rewarded by threefold miseries. So it says that this bodily consciousness is the root of this spiritual disease, which makes one attached to bodily, temporary bodily material relationships. And those relationships, those attachment and relationship on bodily platform, it says this is the root cause of all other sinful desire and sinful activity. So all sinful desire, all sinful activities is coming because of this temporary material bodily relationships. And the reward is one is afflicted by threefold miseries. That is your reward. That is the end result of cultivating this temporary material bodily relationships. Devotee, those who want to be real devotee, they're not interested in cultivating or trying to, what's the word? They're not interested in establishing, they're not trying to establish temporary bodily material relationships. Because they know that these things will keep one in a situation where one is forced to suffer. Body and mind of the people in your life, and all of the other external miseries of the material world. So devotee, one who's intelligent, wise, he wants to remove himself from these desires, attractions, desires, to this asat, and want to transcend, purify, and develop eternal spiritual relationship with Krishna and Krishna's devotee. So as long as we're in this type of material consciousness, we're looking for love in all the wrong places. Everyone wants love, Everybody wants to be loved, but we're trying to do it with the wrong people in the wrong place. Eternal loving relationship means Vaikuntha, no anxiety, no suffering, no fear, no end. Eternal. Eternal relationships, eternal pleasure, happiness, enjoyment that can only be with Krishna and Krishna's devotees, and a perfect eternal loving relationship. So that's what devotee is interested in. How to understand that, how to achieve that. And to be able to do that, asat sangha tyaga, Mahaprabhu says, those who are sincere and serious about the spiritual life, they will not seek to try to cultivate these or look for these temporary bodily material relationships. They'll not put this type of effort because they're not interested. Rather, they're trying to avoid it in order to do satsanga, sadhu sangha, to associate with devotees and constantly hear the eternal stigma related to Krishna, Krishna's devotees in the spiritual realm, in spiritual consciousness. That is the topics. If you do asat sangha, it's all very mundane, materialistic topics. Talk about the family and auntie this and uncle that and grandpa and ma and the children. It's all about the babies. The babies crying. Wah, wah. So everyone is enamored. The women are enamored by the crying of their baby. They're growing up playing with dolls. Now they want a real doll. So now you get a baby. Sometimes they get these Chinese robot dolls. They feel like the real thing. They look like the real thing. Even sometimes they pass urine to the doll. They're crying. So for a woman, for a lady, this is like a music, like a symphony. Captivated by any little noise from the baby. Completely bewildering the minds, isn't it? This is Maya. And so devotee is not pursuing, they're not trying to establish what to speak of cultivating and trying to please and satisfy those materialistic people in a materialistic relationship. They're not doing anything to do with them. If we want to be devotee. If we want to be devotee, Mahaprabhu says first thing, asat sangha tyaga. Why was Arjuna in trouble? Because of bodily concept of life. He's attached to his family, he's attached to his reputation, the reputation of his family, his prestige. He'll be blamed, they'll criticize. My family members will be put into hardship, they'll suffer. So all of his doubting and all of his lack of surrender was because of this attachment to bodily relations, material relationship. That's the impediment, that's the obstacle. That's the trap of Maya to keep us entangled and distracted and trying to be in material consciousness and trying to satisfy and please people, ordinary people, in the materialistic realm, materialistic world. And so that consciousness, that mentality, it keeps us under threefold miseries, under the three modes of material nature. And under the material modes of nature, one is inflicted by these threefold miseries. When one can no longer tolerate it, and one loses any doing that, wants to disassociate themselves and become transcendental to those mundane, temporary, material, bodily relations, then they'll surrender to Krishna and they'll associate and hear about Krishna in association with Krishna's devotees. That will be the relationship, and that will be the activity and association. We are made to be social. No man is a rock. He's not meant to be an island. Everyone is social. Everyone in the material world is in a psyop, a psychological operation. Whether it's the family, or the government, or the globalists, or the marketing agencies, or pharmaceutical agencies, everyone is being psychologically manipulated in the material world. And we're bombarded by all of this type of sound vibration, all of these topics. So what to get out of that means we have to associate with Krishna and Krishna's devotees and develop spiritual relationships based on loving service to Krishna and Krishna's devotees. And the topics are transcendental to the material world, the temporary material world. They talk about eternal pastimes, eternal pleasure, eternal happiness, real enjoyment on the platform of the soul, real relationships. Material relationships are selfish and extended selfishness. Everything is I, me, and mine. We're doing for our own pleasure, the pleasure of our family. Those who are giving you pleasure, you're calling them your friends. Whoever cannot give you sense gratification, then your friends now become your enemies. As soon as you cannot facilitate the material enjoyment and give them sense gratification, then you're no longer a friend. There's no need for you. And therefore you actually become like enemy. Prahlad Maharaj says. So friends and enemies, the material world is all based on whether someone can facilitate your sense gratification, whether they're glorifying you and doting on you and paying respects to you and giving you self-esteem and respect. Then he's your friend. Oh, he's a very, very good friend. So this is all it says Kripanam. Right? It's very narrow-minded. It's very much just focused on selfishness and extended selfishness. If everyone is selfish, nobody's happy. Whatever you do for someone, whatever they do for you, it's never good enough, and it's never enough. There's never enough that they can do that will satisfy them. So that's the reality of material life. And people they meet, they're attracted by Maya, they become attached. And then when there's no sense gratification or you're not so attracted, then you lose the desire. Then the people say, oh, we fell out of love. I found my eternal soulmate. And then all of a sudden, short time later, oh, we were in love when we started. And then after a couple weeks, we fell out of love. It's just the lust, right? It says in Bhagavatam that when the man gets older and he can't work, he's not making so much money, and he cannot facilitate all the unlimited demands of the wife, sons, daughters. He's working like an ass day and night to try to satisfy them and pay for all of their unlimited needs and wants. So once the man cannot bring the money, then the wife, the children, they're like, why do we need him? Exactly. Right? Bhagavatam says that. So as soon as that man cannot work, as soon as he cannot bring money, as soon as he cannot facilitate the selfishness of the material demands, desires of the wife and the children, then they don't really love him. They don't like him so much. Right? And then with a woman, when she gets older and she has some children, don't look as beautiful. Maybe they put on some weight, and they get some wrinkles. Their hair is falling out, turning gray. Now they don't look so beautiful. Then the man is like, oh, I'm not so attractive now. I gotta get me a young one. Another one, right? So this whole material relationship, as soon as sense gratification is not there, they don't really like each other. That's why divorce rate is like so high, 50-60% divorce rate. And then the ones who aren't divorced, how many of them are cheating? That's another question. So who's really happy, even just from statistical point of view? And then to get ahead, you have to work like an ass, day and night, right? 60, 70, 80 hours a week. The guy, ladies, everybody's exhausted. So this is really a hellish condition. Everyone's in debt. Endless debt. Chasing money. Very unstable market. Unstable world. Everybody in complete anxiety because of this uncertainty. Constantly checking their papers and their stuff. And all that. So now it's worse than the mafia. So then you have to be an engineer, a doctor, right? Some important job. Otherwise, you're a loser, right? So someone's like, I'm not an engineer. I have no interest in engineering. I have no interest in mathematics. I have no interest in being I don't like blood. It's like it's scary, nasty. So everybody is just like squeezed into this. In Bhubaneswar, I saw every corner is an engineering college. On heavy debt. And then the family puts so much pressure, and then you feel so much obliged because of what they did for you. So this whole system is it's geared towards keeping everybody in the tight knot of these materialistic relationships because of all of this condition. And then the end result of that is bodily consciousness, bodily relations based on selfishness, extended selfishness. Everyone's inflicted by threefold miseries. And in spite of all of that, you all have to work like an ass to pay off all the debts. And hope you can put some money away for your retirement, or to somehow get your kids to school, because they'll be your retirement. You spent the retirement money putting your kids through school. Now you're banking on those children taking care of you for the rest of your life. Does it sound familiar?
Yes.
Have I captured the essence of the situation?
Yes.
And that means everyone has so much demand and expectation, super heightened demand and expectation put on to other living entities to perform, to act in very particular ways. And if it does not fit for you, then you are being disobedient, you're being antisocial, you're bringing shame to yourself, to your family. How will you show yourself in the neighborhood, in the community? Lack of self-esteem, lack of respect, prestige. I think in India, prestige is more important than money. I think money is just helps with your prestige. I think the main thing is prestige. Isn't it? Money is just a vehicle for the prestige. Right? If you have money, you can get a nice house, you can get marry your kids in a big wedding. Money is just the means for prestige. And then if everyone is into feeding the animal of prestige, then you're embarrassed. You can't go outside. You can't be seen with these clothes on. You can't be seen in that cycle, God forbid. Oh, you're renting? You're renting your flat? You don't own it? So all this pressure, this puts so much misery onto the people. This is very practical statement. And you don't think people can feel all of that? That suffering, anxiety is threefold miseries. And if we're not cultivating material bodily consciousness and relationships, you don't have to be in that condition. We're choosing to be in that condition. We're choosing to remain in that condition. That's our reward. Do you feel rewarded? Conditioned souls with wife, husband, children, friends, they get only suffering. Couple minutes of pleasure here and there. Okay, yeah, no, of course there's some pleasure. But compared to the unlimited suffering and anxiety, how much pleasure is there? It's fleeting. Just like moments of pleasure. And then the rest of it is anxiety, suffering, struggling for existence. It says men lead lives of quiet desperation. So everyone is quietly desperate to keep this whole show going. That's miserable. And still, we're interested in them. We're chasing after them. We're attached to them. We're cultivating them. That's why it said devotee, one who's really intelligent, he does not establish temporary bodily material relationships. As soon as someone wants to have a material bodily, temporary material bodily relationship, devotee is not interested. You want to have a spiritual relationship based on service to Guru Krishna? Then fine. If you want a mundane, materialistic, selfish, extended selfishness relationship, devotee is not interested. But the conditioned souls, they are interested. So when Arjuna was sick and tired of being sick and tired and could not find any solution from this misery, got to the point he can't function materially or spiritually. No spiritual happiness, no material happiness, intolerable, unacceptable. Then he surrendered. Now he's ready for instruction. Now what to do? Now how to do? How to get out of this trap, this deep dark well of material existence. It's compared to being trapped in a deep dark well. But we're thinking, no, it's very nice. Yes, I'm doing very well. Any questions on this point so far? If you want to be devotee, you'll admit that this is what's required. If you don't want to be devotee, you're not a serious person, then this is disturbing. This is seen as, abnormal. For a devotee who wants to be devotee, this is very normal. How to get out of and free from the attachment to temporary bodily material relationships. And because we're social by nature, we're meant to associate and have relationship, but make it spiritual, related to Krishna consciousness. Serving Krishna, Guru, Vaishnavas, Krishna devotees, the mission, preaching mission. This is the relationships, this is the mission, this is the family, but it's spiritual family. So Krishna Samsara, for eternal loving relationship with Krishna means Krishna Samsara. So the Guru, he makes Krishna Samsara in the material world. So Guru Samsara means Krishna Samsara. So to get out of Maya Samsara, all these temporary bodily material relationships is a Maya Samsara. It's our satsanga. We will just keep one bound in the sinful activities, sinful reactions. One will just be rewarded, the suffering of the threefold miseries, life after life. If we want out of that, then we have to surrender to Krishna and want to join in this eternal loving relationship with Krishna. It's Krishna Samsara, means Guru Krishna Samsara. So that's spiritual family on platform of the soul. Bodily platform is material platform on the bodily platform. That's a Maya Samsara. That's related to the biological, material, external bodily consideration. So one family is on platform of the soul. Other family is the platform of the body. So we're interested not in bodily platform family. If the people in the bodily platform family want to become devotee of Krishna and join our spiritual family, we'll be very happy to receive them and help them and welcome them to that spiritual family. But not that we're giving up the spiritual family to go back to the attachment and cultivation of the material body temporary family, biological family. So of course they don't like that because they need you to be part of that selfish and extended selfishness dynamic. And if you remove yourself from that, then they feel that you're not being responsible, you're feeling obliged, obligated. So then they become very resentful. They put all kinds of pressure, all kinds of threats on you, guilt trips. They act like terrorists. Yeah. What do terrorists do? Huh? They just want everyone to be fearful, disturbed, right? Always like an anxiety. They don't want you to be peaceful. They're not interested in your happiness, your peace. So they turn into like terrorists. Okay, you won't cooperate nicely, then we'll just terrorize you. They're disturbed. And so all they can do is be disturbing. And they'll just hope that they're disturbing you will force you to surrender to them. Because you can't take it anymore. They want to bend your will. They want to control you. Isn't it? And the whole time they're doing that, it's all selfish. It's all expected, demanded. But they're saying, I love you. It's all just love. Don't you feel the love? So it's a scam. It's a scheme. It's Maya's scheme, scam. And everybody's caught up in it. And the guru's coming to try to cut it and break it and release you from the chains and the obligations and the terrorism and trying to canvass you to join Krishna's samsara. There's only way out, only ticket out. If you don't surrender to Krishna, you are obliged materially. Automatically you will be obliged. But if you surrender to Krishna and you join Krishna samsara, and it doesn't mean hiding out there. It means genuinely surrendering to Krishna and cooperating and participating in Krishna Mahaprabhu's mission, then you're no longer obligated materialistically. And so the materialistic family, they see the Guru as a threat. He's a troublemaker. Before this Guru showed up, we were one nice, happy family, coexisting, operating. We had a plan. Everything was going fine. And then all of a sudden, Krishna's devotees show up. They start preaching, canvassing, telling we're not interested in temporary material bodily relationships. This is all Maya. This is all deep, dark well. This is the source of your suffering condition, position. You should give it up. So the families become shocked. But that's their problem. If they want to be happy, they shouldn't depend on you. They should depend on Krishna. They also have an eternal loving relationship with Krishna. You want to be happy? Then become devotee of Krishna. Join Krishna, Guru Krishna samsara. then you also can be free from these threefold miseries. So this is a very unpalatable type of picture, especially in India, because this relationship is very tight. Very, very tight. Organized family attachment. Rope tied to another rope, another knot to another knot to another knot. Very tight, generational tightness. So to get out of that, it's really almost impossible. Only if you're suffering so badly that it's intolerable, that you can't find any peace, any happiness, any joy, and then you can't go one more day living like that, then you'll surrender to Krishna. So that blessing is there. That's a blessing. Am I getting in trouble? I think I'm getting in trouble. Maharaj, don't you know any Krishna kahani? Krishna kahani? Do you have any stories? Like grandmother used to tell us, grandfather? This is Krishna kahani, and this is Mahaprabhu's kahani. This is how the conditioned souls get free from this karma and get free from threefold miseries. This is pastime. It's very sweet. Isn't it? But not for conditioned soul. For conditioned soul, it's almost like that. It almost feels like that.
A little bitter.
I'd rather die. And mother is having a heart attack. She's rolling on the side of the street, making big drama in the neighborhood. Everybody's calling. Remember our friend, his grandfather's toe? His toe might have had to be amputated or something, and we were all praying for grandpa's toe so that he would stay and be a devotee. The whole devotional life was in the balance, depending on grandfather's toe. He became very shaky, worrying about that toe of the grandfather. Do you remember that? Yeah. So in this teachings teachings to Sanatana Goswami, we're reading from teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Sanatana's inquiry, his inquiry was therefore a very intelligent inquiry. He was asking, what is the position of the living entities? Who am I? What is the purpose of my life? What's the purpose of life? What is my duty? He asked why are the people always undergoing all of these three kinds of miseries? Why are we being inflicted? Why do we have so much misery and anxiety? Why is it always attacking us? Why are we all trying to manage all of these different types of miseries? And Sanatana, he admitted his weakness. Although he was known by the masses of the people as a great learned man, because he was actually a highly learned Sanskrit scholar, although he accepted this designation, that he was a great learned personality, he admitted that he did not even know what the constitutional position was, or why he was being subjected to the threefold miseries. So great Sanskrit scholar, Pandit, but conditioned soul doesn't know what to do, what not to do. And why are we suffering? It says if you have human form of life, human consciousness, we're meant to ask those questions. If we're in bodily concept of life, under modes of material nature, lower consciousness, tamagun, rajagun, we'll not even think up these questions, what to speak of looking for solutions or answers to those questions. So Prabhupada says, approaching a spiritual master, this is not a fashion, but this is out of necessity for one who seriously is conscious of his material miseries and who wants to get free from them. So Prabhupada says, if you don't think you have a problem, you don't need a spiritual master. When you realize you have a problem, a serious problem, and you're seriously conscious of those material miseries and you can't solve it or get out of it, then you need a guru. You want to get free from that condition, then you need a guru. It is the duty of such a person who has come to that realization to approach the spiritual master. Just like Arjuna had a similar experience, a circumstance in the Bhagavad Gita. He was so perplexed, so bewildered by so many problems involving whether to fight or not. So perplexed, so confused, so disturbed, couldn't come to a solution. Therefore, he surrendered and accepted Lord Krishna as spiritual master. As what Lord Chaitanya is instructing Sanatana Goswami, the Bhagavad Gita is also a case of the Supreme Spiritual Master, Krishna, Supreme Spiritual Master, instructing his disciple about what the constitutional position of the living entity is. What is the constitutional position and what is the duty or responsibility of the living entity, of that soul? And Krishna explained that we're all part and parcel of Krishna. We're spirit soul. We're not matter. We're meant to be in Guru Krishna, Krishna Samsa, not Maya Samsa. If you think you're your body, your biological body, and you're not the soul, you're not the spirit soul, then you'll just be in and serve in Maya Samsa. As spirit soul, in that consciousness, we are part and parcel of Krishna. And it is the duty of the spirit soul to surrender to the Supreme Soul, to surrender to Krishna. For only then can one be happy. And that's true for us, and it's true for our family members as well. It's true for everybody else. Everyone is meant, they want real peace, real happiness. Everyone has to surrender to Krishna. That is the duty. That's the Sanatan Dharma. Manu Dhamma, man-made Dharma. Oh, you have to take care of your family. You have obligations to the demigods, to the forefathers, to the community, to your family. It's all going on in the name of Dharma. But that's materialistic Dharma. Manu Dhamma. It's just concocted from material perspective, bodily matter perspective. Asa. The last instruction of Krishna Bhagavad Gita is the spirit soul should surrender completely unto the Supreme Soul And in that way, one can realize happiness. when Prabhupada came to America, he said, you people are all engaged in all this sense gratification because you want to be happy, but you don't know how to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy, but you just don't know how to be happy. So it's explaining that unless we surrender to Krishna, nobody can be happy, because otherwise there's no release from threefold miseries of the material world. So here Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, answering the questions of Sanatana, repeats the same exact truth. There is some difference, however, here Lord Chaitanya does not give the information about the spirit soul, because that is already described in Bhagavad Gita. Rather, he begins from the point where Krishna ended his instruction, and it is accepted by great devotees that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself, and as such he begins his instruction to Sanatana from the point where he ended his instructions to Arjuna from Bhagavad Gita. So your constitutional position is that you're an eternal servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Your position is that you are transcendental. You are part of the superior energy of Krishna that is spiritual in its constitution. And the inferior external energy, that's all temporary and material. Any questions so far? So it says that these instructions are meant for those people who want to get liberated, free from obligation or being forced to serve in the Maya samsara, under modes of nature inflicted by threefold miseries. They want to become liberated, be situated on soul platform, so they can act as eternal servant of Krishna and serve in Krishna, Guru Krishna samsara. That is Sanatan Dharma. So the real Dharma means Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma means the soul in relationship to the Supreme Soul, that we are meant to surrender and serve Krishna. That's Sanatan Dharma. If we don't do that Sanatan Dharma on soul platform, we're doing Manu Dharma, man-made Dharma, so-called Dharma, on the mundane, materialistic, biological, asat platform. So then it's just a question of what consciousness do we want to be in, and which family will we surrender and serve in, and who are we trying to please? Are we trying to please Krishna and Krishna's devotees in devotional service? Or not wanting to do that, that you're just trying to serve in the Maya samsara and give bodily pleasure to your temporary bodily material relationships? Those are the two choices. Either way, we're going to surrender. Either way, we're going to serve. Either way, we're going to try to be pleasing somebody. And either way, we're going to try to be happy by doing that. Now it's just what practically will work. And Maya, the illusion is that you can get all of that fulfillment and happiness by serving Maya, in Maya, for Maya. But Krishna, it's explained that our happiness is dependent on Krishna's happiness. Everyone think that independently you can be happy. So it says one of the names for Krishna is Rama. Rama means reservoir of all pleasure. So all the pleasure that's possible, that's coming from Rama, from Krishna. So if we surrender and serve Krishna and satisfy Krishna and spiritual master and devotees, Vaishnavas, they will be very happy. And then within we'll also become happy. If you try to serve Maya and these temporary bodily material relationships, no one's ever really satisfied. It's never enough. No one's really happy. It's all temporary happiness. It's not sustainable. It doesn't last. It's all fleeting. It's mostly struggling and suffering with a little bit of intermittent so-called happiness. And Prabhupada explains that happiness in the material world means that in those moments you're not suffering as bad as you normally do. So when you have a temporary relief from your normal suffering condition, then we're calling that happiness. We're settling for that level of happiness. It's explained like if you're getting drowned in the ocean and somebody takes you and grabs you and pulls your head out of the water and you grasp for the fresh air, then you're thinking, oh, happiness. This is my happiness. So normally we're drowning in the deep, dark, well, material ocean, drowning. And then once in a while, your head bobs up and gets some fresh air, and then you're not suffering as badly in that moment, and you feel like a little bit more peaceful, then you say, now I'm happy. And then the next minute, that goes away also. Somebody looks at you wrong. Somebody says something bad to you. Somebody doesn't fulfill your demands and your expectations. Then you get angry. Then you get disappointed. You feel let down. You feel cheated. And then right back to the normal suffering condition, isn't it? It's like we want to get a little moment of pleasure, and it's like, okay, let's just freeze that. Like don't anyone do anything, because I'm experiencing happiness right now. And then everyone just keeps moving around, and then the happiness goes away. It sounds very pessimistic, doesn't it? No, this old age disease and death. They don't mind. Won't take all of the solution so seriously. Prabhupada said you've had so many lifetimes, so long, and so many. You can't even count all the lifetimes you're enjoying. Can't you just give one life to Krishna? Are you so selfish, so mad that you can't dedicate one life to Krishna? You have to also exploit that one as well and go to the bloody end for sense gratification. So everybody insane. Prabhupada said, material life, everyone is insane, more or less. So are you more or less insane? Or do you feel normal? Have you normalized your insanity? There's another way we can put it. All right, any other questions? Yeah? Mataji? Oh, Prabhu, please come here. Yeah. Bugs, Adibodaka, fighting. So, yeah.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
How are you doing?
Maharaj, just a clarification, very nice explanation, thank you. We said either or, which is Maya Sansar and Krishna Sansar. So, if you surrender to Krishna, can you really give up Maya Sansar? Or the ultimate goal is to be happy, and that you can attain by surrendering to.
If we don't surrender and participate, cooperate in Guru Krishna Samsara, you cannot give up Maya Samsara. So if you want to give up Maya Samsara, then you must do Sadhu Sangha, Satsanga, and surrender and serve in Krishna, Guru Krishna Samsara. Then you'll get support, you'll get inspiration, you'll get association, you'll get engagement for your intelligence, your mind, your senses, application of bhakti, devotional service. So this way you'll be fully engaged on soul platform, intelligence, mind, and senses in association with Krishna's devotees in Krishna Mahaprabhu's preaching mission. Then you get a higher taste. Then you get free from this selfishness on material bodily platform. Then you understand this is superior, much superior. Then you can let go of other tastes, other attachment. Krishna said by attaining a higher taste or higher experience, a superior experience, then you can let go of lower one. So material bodily relation is asat, is Maya Samsara. If all you know is that experience, then you don't know anything different than that. If you get a different experience and a different taste by that association, now you can compare. How do you feel? What is that experience? Serving in Guru Krishna Samsara, getting a higher spiritual state of mind and consciousness, peace, happiness on spiritual platform. Now you can compare the difference between those two different lifestyles of serving on soul platform versus serving on material bodily platform. So we need a better experience. And because we're suffering in this Maya Samsara, then we're trying to find some peace and some relief, some type of spirituality to try to tolerate and to have tolerance and intelligence and strength to go through the struggles of material experience. And that's why we come to spiritual life. And as we're practicing that and we're getting relief and we start to become more peaceful, more happy, more stronger, more confident, more faithful. And then the conversations, the association is not some mundane kind of, Gramya-katha, but they're transcendental, serious discussions and topics related to, spiritual world and fourth-dimensional topics and spiritual topics. Then the mundane topics become very boring and very meaningless, because you start to see it's all just so small and so it's all cheating, it's all selfish, it's all enviousness and jealousness, so much lust and greed, right? So you see all of this quality, and it's very distasteful. When we're just in it, you can't really perceive it. When you get removed from it and then you analyze it and look at it for what it is, it's actually very ugly. And that's the ugliness that we also see within ourselves, that we want to try to change and overcome this type of selfishness and sinful desires, demoniac qualities, and bad habits and behavior. Want to try to improve ourselves and want to upgrade our consciousness, our existence, our qualities, our behavior, our relationships, and make it more meaningful. Not just in this life, but also for the next life, which is transcendental life, spiritual life. So then, when you compare the two, it becomes like not really a contest. If all you know is that, it's very difficult to comprehend it because we don't have any perspective. So we have to get a higher taste and experience, which is undeniable. Because if it's just theoretical or official or institutional, that also is just another type of material family. You're just trading one material institution for another. So that also will not really suffice. So we have to have a genuine spiritual experience, which is undeniable, and then live in that quality of spiritual life. And now you can compare what kind of lifestyle do you want to live in. Do you want to have controlled and purified mind and intelligence and senses? Or do we want uncontrolled mind and senses, hankering after sense gratification, lust, anger, sinful reactions, punishment? Do we want that kind of lifestyle? So you see, then we can compare the two lifestyles, the two experiences, and it's heaven and hell difference. And then we can understand, no, I prefer to live in that consciousness with this state of mind and senses, engaged in this type of beneficial activity for myself and my family and for humanity. So then you can make a choice which is based on reality, not sentiment or ideology or utopian kind of ideas. It has to be practically realized. So if you practically realize it by mercy of Guru Krishna, and you have undeniable experience every time you do it, and you can see consistently that this is by far superior to that, then you become serious to make this type of decision. Because it's a big decision, and it's not easy to get out of. And so it cannot just be sentimental or theoretical, because to get out takes so much strength and intelligence and determination and boldness, that if it's not real and we don't have sufficient faith and experience, we'll not make the necessary steps and take the risk of the fallout that will come as a result of making such a drastic, extreme decision. I hope that helps you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And all of us have to go through that. So we're not just talking, just theoretically. We all have to be challenged like this. That's the test. Maya is testing us. Are you here to serve Krishna or to disturb Krishna? So this separates the process itself separates the men from the boys, or the ladies from the girls. So this is not child's play. This is really all or nothing. Very high stakes. So who's ready to take this type of risk? Therefore, we should not try to think we can do it sentimentally or theoretically. That won't work. It won't be sufficient. The test will be too daunting for us to be able to pass if we're just approaching it with just a sentimental, emotional, or speculative or theoretical platform. It must be real. And by mercy of Krishna, Krishna's devotees, then it can become very real. Enough to be able to make such strong, determined decisions. That's why it's not a child's play. You see how great, powerful is Arjuna, and he's showing how difficult is it to get out of that situation. He's so exalted, intelligent personality. Well, what about us? This is almost seems like impossible. We have very little desire for spiritual life. We're not ready to take such a risk. So really we need a lot of mercy from Krishna, Krishna's devotees to convince us, to purify us, to assure us, give us confidence, support system, good guidance, good instruction, good engagement. All of this thing has to be solid for you to take a big step like that. That's why one Mataji, she wanted to surrender to Krishna. Then her son brought her here. And then the mother is ready to completely surrender to Krishna because of the son. And I said, this is fantastic. And then I said to the son, are you prepared to take care of your mother now? She wants to surrender to Krishna. He's like, I don't know. Krishna. And then she's like, anyway, I don't even need him. I'll just depend on Krishna.
Yeah.
Krishna will help me. Then you understand it's because of the mother he's here. Not the other way around. Mother's simple, devotional. He's a little whimsical. Because he's educated. This is progress. Now you're giving dignity to the katha. So we want to try to make it, this is real. Otherwise, if it's just theoretical, it's okay, everything sounds great. But practically, many times we'll get, sounds great, but practically, come on. I have my family, I have my job, I have all these obligations. Who's going to take care of all of that? So they just think this is just like a theoretical exercise, which sounds good on paper, but to practically, it's like, come on, how is this possible? But it is very possible, because we all did it. And we had to pass the test. We already know what is materialism. We're coming from America. We definitely know what is materialism and sense gratification. We already did everything, saw everything, saw the best, supposedly, of what is offered in the material world. And we're just completely disillusioned and destroying yourself in the process and becoming some other kind of person that you don't want to become. You see these boys and girls that come from some village, some really simple village, They have some nice qualities. Their family raised them so nicely. They still have some simplicity. Then they go to the town, the city, to the college, university, and they become like demons. Now they're drinking and smoking and just becoming like a louse and ambitious and arrogant, and these are demoniac qualities. So this is the educational system. It's destroying the simplicity, the purity, the spirituality, the culture. Everything is being destroyed by the modern educational system. And instead everyone's becoming arrogant, puffed up, prideful, money, 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 so much corruption, so much pollution. Then it becomes nasty. They're showing one place, I don't know, somewhere in Europe or something, they had in the river like all of this garbage just flowing up the river, you know? And you could not almost see any of the water in the river because it was so polluted. And the person was making the point that it's not that the place became polluted, it's the people who moved there who made that pollution. One time they invited me to Gandhi Institute for some lecture, and they had all the 200-300 scientists from around the world to come in Orissa to speak about pollution and corruption. And they had the top scientists in the world, they all flew in there. Somehow they invited us to come. We're not any type of scholar or any type of scientist or anything like this, but anyway, we like Gandhi. And some educated people discussing very serious topics. So we said, oh, this will be very fascinating, very interesting. And then for a couple of days, I was listening to all the biggest scientists talking about their solutions, so-called solutions for dealing with pollution and corruption. And they have graphs, and they have, you know, all type of graphics and different types of books and manuals, and just spending hundreds of millions and billions of dollars just throwing money at it. And all of them wanted one after another saying that actually none of this really works, none of it really works, right? So I'm sitting there like, then what is the point of this whole symposium, whatever they call it, right? So now it's my turn to speak, like on the third day. And I was very nervous because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a scholar. I'm like, what am I going to say in front of all these educated people? I was a little nervous. I prayed to Krishna. Krishna, I have no idea exactly like what to say, but you know what needs to be said, and you know what we need to hear. So just make me say that. I don't want to say any other thing. I don't want to speculate. So I was just depending on Krishna. And then I told all the scientists, I said, you see, we're sitting here for the last couple of days sincerely, open-mindedly, hopefully, listening to all of you and all of your presentations. And I see you have so much sincerity, many of you. But also at the end of every one of your presentations, you're saying you can't even really make a dent in it. That no matter how much money you put at it, it seems like an endless corruption cycle, so much pollution that it's almost insurmountable. And then I said something that Krishna said, that the real pollution and the real corruption is within the heart of man. So if we don't purify our consciousness from all of this pollution and get free from all of this corruption, personally, individually, and that we cannot collectively change our consciousness and purify our consciousness and get free from this collective corruption, then really what are you going to solve? What can you solve? And when I made that statement, all the scientists stood up, started clapping. And I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't looking for that. But they admitted that this is the root cause of the problem. You're just watching the garbage flowing down the river, and what do we do with that garbage? It's not going to change anything. Who's throwing it in the river? And what corruption is going on that's allowed to be thrown in the river? So that you have to get to the root of the problem. So this philosophy is not some utopian, sentimental, old philosophy. This is very relevant today because it goes to the heart of the matter. What is the consciousness of the people? What is the quality and behavior of the people, which is causing them to make certain policies and agendas, which are then superimposed onto the population? And then what impact does that have personally, collectively, for your family, for your community, for your nation? This is all very relevant. This is not some philosophy from thousands of years ago. Truth is truth. Truth is eternal truth. Everyone wants to be progressive and speculate and come up with a new religion and a new understanding and a new way and a new process. This is insanity. Because it's all based on speculation, it's not scientific, and it doesn't get to the root of the problem. So this is solution to all of the ills of mankind, personally and collectively. This is a serious subject matter. This is for serious people. If we understand that, and that's the basis of our association and our discussions, that is much more meaningful and powerful than just some mundane krishna-katha based on narrow-mindedness and selfishness and pettiness and jealousy, enviousness. There's no comparison. It's just we need an experience which is undeniably superior in order to give us faith and confidence and opportunity to seek something different. And that's what we're offering. And I hope that you'll check it out. That'll be nice. Thank you. Anybody else? Mataji?
Thank you very much. I just all day was meditating on your last few classes, and you spoke about your relationship between Krishna and Sudama, between Lord Chaitanya and Sanatana Swami, and it gave to me so much taste, and it really helped me give up all of this. And the whole your class from the beginning to speak of exactly this topic which I'm meditating all day. And it's really
Alexei, what is that translation?
We speak about very nice topics about relationship with Krishna, Sudama, about Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Swami. So it inspired days, and I was meditating whole days on these topics, and I was able to give up this lower taste.
She was able to what?
Give up this lower taste.
To give up your lower taste. Is that true, what she's saying? Huh? I'll ask the husband, is that true? Did she give up the lower taste and the lower consciousness?
It sounds good.
It sounds good. You have to start somewhere. Right? It has to at least theoretically even sound good, otherwise why even try to go for that? So something's better than nothing. Right? It says that, philosophical speculation can be useful if it brings you to Krishna consciousness. But once you come to Krishna consciousness, the philosophical or mental speculation is no longer required. Because now we're not depending on material intelligence and sense perception. Now we're depending on hearing from Krishna and the Guru Sadhu Shastra. The children are giving you a nice higher taste. Yeah, so everything starts with an idea, right? So Krishna is canvassing that this is my idea. And Maya, material life, materialism, they're also canvassing. This is materialism, this is materialistic life, capitalism, communism, fascism. So much isms are there. But they're all demoniac. Because it's all based on sense gratification, material sense gratification. It's just different tactics and schemes how to get sense gratification. So the goal, the mentality, the desire is the same. They're just trying different systems to see how can you manipulate, control, and exploit the masses for maximum pleasure of power, position, followers, money. How do you exploit natural resources for wealth and enjoyment for yourself, for your people, for your family, for your nation? And it's just this type of competition. But all the philosophies, all the isms, because it's not God-centered, it's all demoniac. Because the desire is not, spiritual. Of course, all the politicians, they want to be seen offering the lamp and the incense and the flowers. They all want to be seen in the church or the temple or the mosque. They want to be seen as righteous, pious, honest, trustworthy. They're just using religion politically. And those who are really devoted, who have real devotion, they know this is just another performance. Because it's a matter of their consciousness, their motivation, not what they're saying, but what are they doing. So all of this is exposed. Because really, there's only one religion, that's Sanatan Dharma. And the system of governing is Daivi Varnashram. Not Varnashram alone, Daivi Varnashram. That means connected with Krishna, God in the center, and the Guru, Sadhu Guru Vaishnavas, as leaders, Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, and Rajashis, saintly, really saintly, pure devotees who happen to be political leaders. That's a perfect system given by Krishna in Daivi Varnashram. So Daivi Varnashram system and the activity is Sanatan Dharma. That's a perfect system. That's a perfect communism. Spiritual communism. This so-called communism in this world is all, the state is in the middle. They're saying everybody is the same. It's all equal, everything belongs to all of us. But factually, practically, we see, it's the families, the organization, the party. They're just taking the position as God. They're giving you your rights, what you can do, what you cannot do. So this is artificial, materialistic communism. So that's why everyone's attracted to the utopian understanding of communism. But practically no communist country or state can be successful because it's ultimately cheating and it's based on control, manipulation, exploitation, just like every other materialistic system of governance. So that is also demoniac in nature. So they sound good. So basically, these governments are, who can control, manipulate, and exploit as reasonable as possible. And not be too reasonably pacified. And as long as you can, and we say that's a good government. So they're more temperate in their manipulation, control, exploitation of the masses than, say, other types of. But the root of it, the goal, the desire, the same, more or less. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. I remember when my spiritual master said that this democracy is so demoniac, and I felt like a shock because I'm coming from democratic, supposedly democratic country, right? So we're thinking that this is the best system, right? And then Gurudev is saying that this democracy, this is another type of ism, it's demoniac. And I was like, oh, the democracy is demoniac. Democracy. So if you have people in demoniac consciousness with demoniac desires, and it's the masses of the people, and then they're voting, then what are they voting for? Yeah.
Actually, what is this practice?
It's everything that's not material. What is your definition of spirituality? What is it?
If I go to sense gratification, then does it mean spiritual? Do I become transcendentalist?
You have to be engaged by intelligence, mind, and senses in devotional service to Krishna, to God. That's spiritual. Just not doing something material doesn't make it spiritual. We're not a rock. We're conscious, living entities with desire, with attachment, who needs association and engagement on the soul platform. So that is more than moksha. You can just say if it's everything, nothing is material, then what are you? A zero? So what are you on the positive side? Who are you on the positive side? What are your engagements on soul platform, on the personal, eternal platform? What is that engagement? That's bhakti. Any other worshipping demigods, so-called religiosity, it's for karma, jnana, yoga. You have some gross and subtle materialistic desire. But because you're pious, you're going to the demigods. But what are you asking for? You're asking for better karma, better material sense gratification, protection in your material life and material advancement. So that is materialistic consciousness, materialistic desire. And then because you're worshiping demigod, you're saying it's spiritual. But even the demigods are in the material world. They're not in Vaikuntha. So you're going to Brahmaloka, you're going to the topmost planets in the material world where the demigods are staying. So the place and the personalities that are there is all temporary, it's all material. And what you're asking for is material. So there's nothing spiritual about that. When you get to Vaikuntha, Krishna says when you're free from sinful desire and sinful reactions, when you're free from karma, then you can go to Vaikuntha. So as long as we have gross or subtle materialistic desires, then this is sinful, more or less, grossly or subtly, and that binds you in the karma, bandhana, action, reaction, sinful activity, sinful reaction. That keeps us in this samskar, what is it? The cycle, this wheel. Samsara. So spiritual is transcendental to that. That means on the positive side, on the Vaikuntha side, engaged intelligence, spiritual intelligence, mind, senses, spiritual body, in direct spiritual activity of Sanatana Dharma. That's bhakti. Everyone in Vaikuntha is doing bhakti. Manmana bhava mad bhakto, Krishna says. Just think about me, be my devotee, do bhakti. Savadaman pritija mamakam sharanam bhaja. Abandon karma yoga. What is it? Karma, jnana, yoga. It's Kaitava Dharma. Why you're doing karma yoga, jnana yoga, right? You want some material benefits. That's Kaitava. So abandon all of that, Krishna said. Just surrender to me. Just do bhakti. That's spiritual. Everything less than that is gross or subtle material sense gratification. And even if you become liberated and you merge into the Brahman, so nothing material is there, but because there's no positive engagement on the platform of the soul, then you have to fall back down into the material realm. So it doesn't deliver you. It's not a permanent solution. It's transcendental, it's spiritual, but it's not permanent solution. So permanent solution means bhakti, Sanatana Dharma. Okay? Thank you for your question. Do you like our discussions?
Yes.
Is it helpful? Does it make you think a little bit about these topics? That's good. That's the point. Get our spiritual wheels going a little bit. Not assuming that we're already spiritual. Hi, one. Deviki, who's this Mataji with the daughter?
She's Mataji. Sorry.
Which one? You? And your mother?
She's the mother.
That's the mother? Where's the daughter? And that's the daughter. Okay. Thank you for coming. You understand English? Not so much? Somebody's translating for them? Oh, yeah. Thank you for coming and giving us a chance to express ourselves. And so you can see for yourself, who are we? And what are we talking about? What are we emphasizing? What are we trying to practice? What are we trying to achieve? Then you make up your own mind. No problem. So Mataji?
Mataji saying that she left her family, her materialistic family, and now she engaged in our ashram and she is doing some services. So she is asking that can you take her in your shelter? Like she wants to come under your shelter.
But you're already here, aren't you? Didn't you already come? Aren't you already under our shelter? So why you're asking? It's already being done. It's like someone moves in your house and then they're living there for like a couple of years, and they say, do you mind if I stay in your house? Well, I already thought you were living here. I had already adjusted myself. I got the point. You moved in. You're living here.
So Mataji is saying like she wants to come under shelter, like she wants this feedback, like if you like you take the beats and you chant and give to her, like she wants like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How we cannot help you? You surrender to Krishna, it's our duty and responsibility to help you. But you have to be sincere. Otherwise, you can't just escape your house and just say, okay, we'll just hide out in the ashram. So you cannot cheat Krishna. It has to be genuine. And I think you're a genuine person. So then we are responsible to help you. Because Krishna convinced you, and then you surrendered, now it's our responsibility to help you. We're delivering Krishna's message. Krishna's words convinced you. You want to surrender to Krishna. You want to join Guru Krishna Samsara. Then it's our responsibility to take care of you and engage you in Krishna's service. And as long as you cooperate and you're not demanding and expecting and you're just accepting whatever Krishna, how he'll take care of you, then you just stay like that, continue like that. Guru Krishna can He's already maintaining everyone already. So if you want to surrender to Krishna, Krishna can maintain you. Don't think how it's possible. Don't doubt it. All right?
This Mataji also has a question.
Which Mataji? This one is behind?
Yes.
She has a lot of followers. She's like Shiksha Guru. Sometimes Krishna uses whoever he can.
She is the mother of Ratan Prabhu, who is living in our ashram.
The mother of who?
Ratan Prabhu.
Oh, that's your mom?
So the mother is asking for like how is my son is doing? Is he doing well or is he naughty?
Did you ask him? Did you tell your mother how you're doing? Did you talk to your mother? Huh? She came to see you. She wants to make sure you're happy, you're doing okay. So did you tell her you're all right? So he told you he's happy, he's doing okay? You see that he's happy? He looks healthy, happy, strong. He eats a lot of prasadam. He's getting his chapatis every day. The mother's like, as long as he's getting chapatis, okay. Of course, no one can make them like mother. My chapatis are extra nice, extra special.
Coming.
Huh?
Says to keep coming.
Yeah, endless chapatis. So you're up to here. So you're getting enough chapatis? Are you hungry? You're good? All right, he's not hungry. We fed him, he's good. He's feeling pretty good. Shalendra's taking care of him. Trying to keep him busy in devotional service, Krishna consciousness. So he's doing nice. Don't worry. All right? He's happy. Nobody's forced to stay here. We're not locking the door. People come and go. If you feel benefited, you're happy, and you feel more peaceful, then stay. If you want more chaos and confusion and disturbance in your life, then go. No problem. If you have to learn that way, then go learn. Then come back whenever you want. We're not forcing anybody. We're not paying anybody. So they're voluntarily coming. I'd like to get rid of a few of them, but they just keep coming back, so what to do? We're hoping they can change. All right?
She has another question.
Yeah?
Mataji is asking why in her family life, why there is always problems, misery, why no peace, happiness?
Why is what?
Why is there no peace and happiness in her family life?
Are you completely happy and peaceful in your family life? Is she very happy in her family life?
She is saying that some neighbors, the people, they are always doing some problems for their families.
So they're what?
She says she's being tortured by the neighbors. They're always making trouble for her family.
Oh, Adi Bodhika. Yeah, miseries caused by other living entities. So they're making it nice and sweet for you then? Thank you, my friend. Wish you well. I appreciate it. So maybe the Adi Bodhika, your son couldn't tolerate that anymore. So he escaped. He jumped out the window. Devotees are smart. When they see that the Adi Bodhika is too much, they just take off, you know. It's too disturbing. All right? So now you have to suffer without him being there. It's like music. Like really bad music on the loudspeaker. Harassed. How did you get so lucky to have so much nice neighbors around you? What did you do to get that prize? Right, what did they call it? This is your reward?
Yes.
Yeah, this is your reward. Adi Bodhika is your reward. Threefold miseries. Adi Bodhika now becomes Adhyatmika, because now your mind is disturbed. And stress on your body. Now your body's disturbed. That's material life. So he got out of that. Looks like you want to get out of that also. Does Mataji want to get out of that blissfulness of the reward of threefold miseries? If you surrender to Krishna, Krishna will pull you out of that.
He's saying, family life, I want to stay.
Family life, I want to stay.
Okay, then enjoy. Enjoy. Enjoy your rewards. Yeah. Krishna. I want to stay. It's miserable. Adi Bodhika is intolerable, but I want to stay. I like it.
Mataji is asking, what is the definition of Vaishnava? Like, how can I understand that he's a Vaishnava and I want to surrender and serve him?
If they're surrendered to their spiritual master and serving nicely in the Guru Krishna Samsara and Mahaprabhu's preaching mission, dedicating their life consistently with faith and realization, then you can see that they're determined, fixed up, dedicated, sacrificing, serving, trying to help the people, help the devotees, then you can understand who are they. Make sense? Who has unflinching faith in spiritual master, Sri Guru Krishna. Yeah?
Sanatana Prabhu's wife has one question. May I go and ask the question?
Yeah. Uh-oh, nothing. What is she going to tell us about you that we don't already know? What about the baby? I got a baby.
Mataji is asking because of the baby.
You see? You think I'm making this up? It's all about the baby. Yeah.
Mataji is asking because of the baby. I can't do some like devotional service. So I want to do some service, but what should I have to do?
What was that?
She says, because of the baby, I can't do any practical service, devotional service. I want to be able to do that.
But you weren't doing any service before the baby came. So don't blame it on the baby. Can you imagine she's blaming this on the baby? It's like an innocent little baby. He can't defend himself. He can't say, "Mother, you weren't surrendering before I showed up. Don't blame it on me." Baby can't say anything. So now it's more difficult. Because in the simplest time, you weren't doing really seriously. Now you have a baby that's taking more energy, more focus, more time. Now it's a big challenge. It says that everyone is drowning in the ocean, somehow trying to stay afloat, stay alive. But at the Grihastha, they have a basket on their head. So now you're drowning, but now you have a basket. Now you have other living entities you also have to try to keep from drowning. So it's even more complicated. So you need a lot of mercy. Support your husband if he's following instruction of Guru Krishna. Be supportive, encourage them. That's your service. Be Krishna conscious, chant. Don't be demanding and expecting and complaining. Don't undermine the husband. That's also devotional service. If you have question or doubt, that's okay. No problem. But be simple. Be trying to follow Guru Krishna. Support him. Don't be negative. Don't be doubtful. Don't be demanding and expecting. Be humble, submissive, Vedic woman, wife. That's a service. Make your child devotee. Try to engage them in devotional service. Give them prasadam, Jagannath prasadam, Krishna prasadam. Be in nice consciousness, so the child's in nice consciousness. That will help the child be devoted. These are little ways you can try to, that's also devotional service. We're not telling you to go open a preaching center with the baby. Just be simple, humble, housewife, mother. Be, don't be part of the problem. Be part of the solution. That's also devotional service. Don't be challenging. Don't be argumentative. Don't be so loud. Be soft, be humble, be Vaishnavi. Then you get mercy, Guru Krishna. All right? Krishna sent you a nice husband, I think. He's trying. And you get a nice baby, a nice child. So you're getting blessed somehow or other. Guru Krishna helping you. Be grateful. Be grateful and appreciate. See the blessing practically. Don't be negative. Don't be ungrateful. That's also devotional service. Anybody else? Anything? Bhatti is very, very eager. She's living in the house. She's very eager.
Mataji is asking, like when we are traveling, so we don't have prasadam, Krishna prasadam. So sometimes we take some fruits and eat, but it's not offered to Krishna. So is it?
Why can't you offer the fruit to Krishna? If that's all you have, then Krishna says, offer me with loving devotion, fruit, flour, water. I'll accept it.
She is saying like she's traveling somewhere. She take the fruits from market and she has to eat at that time. So if she has some tulsi, Krishna tulsi, if she offer and eat, is it alright?
So what?
She has some tulsi, so she can already offered Lord, so can put and eat.
Is that good? Already? Does it have to be fresh? Does anyone know that? Huh? Can it be already offered tulsi? Tulsi is tulsi, right? Wash the fruit.
She's saying because of some circumstance, she can't like offer the food to Lord.
Why not? Why you can't offer the fruit? You can put it in the bag, you can buy it, you can eat it. All that's working. All that part is working. So what about like simple offerings? You know? That's too difficult, you know. I had to get it, I had to buy it, I had to put it in the bag, I had to transport it, I had to eat it. I had no time to offer it. Just make simple offering. Even in your mind, wash it, simple plates, offer to the Lord. There's no bar to that. You know, it's not like, you know, I gotta go buy a set of deities. You know, I need an altar. I gotta hire a pujari. Just minimize the program. You have to be practical. Otherwise, you're gonna die. Keep it simple. That's the main thing. Any last thing? Everybody's good? Your mother and your father came? I was thinking about them today. I was thinking, where are they? I hope they're all right. I hope your brother's not spoiling them. And then they're living like nice, comfortable life. Then why they should come? Now comfortable. They can. They must have heard me thinking about them. And who else can? The football, the nuclear scientist. He's in the house.
Professor.
Which professor?
Ivan the professor.
Of course, Ivan's here, the professor. He's in the house. His son, is it?
Yes,
Damaraj. He's getting older now. Man. We got our Russian devotees. Who else we got here? Anybody else? All right, everyone. I hope that was helpful for you tonight. And we'll take it one segment at a time, one day at a time. I hope these topics jolt you a little bit to make some decision. Otherwise, we cannot hear properly. If we don't make decision, we don't surrender, then we cannot hear the instruction. Every instruction is meant for every one of us, but will not relate the instruction to us. Will not understand how to apply that instruction. If you really surrendered, every truth you can implement in your own, life for your own, improvement. Every truth. There's no truth that's not related to you. It could just confirm and strengthen what you already know. It can clarify what you were questioning or doubting. Everything can be answered. But if we can't hear and we can't apply it, then it just means that we're not in the, Prabhupada says, you have to be in the mood and the consciousness of Arjuna, the instructions. Otherwise, you won't understand it. So the truth if there's some sincere soul in the audience that need to want to hear, then Krishna is actually speaking to them. So Krishna is the Guru, is Adi Guru, Chitta Guru. So those sincere souls, whatever their question is, whatever they need to hear at their moment of surrender, that's who Krishna is speaking to. And they can hear it. And everyone else is getting some benefit because it's the katha is related to Krishna, but they can't so much be, benefited by it. Prabhupada says, if you hear attentively, then the effect of that kind of hearing, it will be more powerful, more effective. But if we're not attentive, we're not desperate, we're not eager, we're not greedy, then we're not so attentive. We're not trying to see how everything fits into what we need to understand and how we can maximize it and use it to our advantage. Every instruction you can use to your own advantage. If you're hearing attentively and Krishna gives you intelligence to understand how that's useful to you, then it will just keep clarifying and reconfirming and strengthening and giving you repetition and faith and remembrance. So all of that is very beneficial for our spiritual life. That's why even the speaker is benefited, even though he's answering other person's question, he's also hearing those answers and remembering those instructions. So I'm also benefited by these discussions as well. So thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. Shishi Gurnitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Govinda Swami, Srila Gurudev, Samadev, Thank you, everybody. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev. Yeah. She's very eager.
Yes.
Yeah, take this one. Give the small one to your mom. You're not helping me? I don't want to get involved. Then I hit him. I almost broke his arm.
It's empty.